Hey YouTube, coming at you with a team of toxapex, dunsparce, DRIFBLIM, and I put this team together because the top team of Azumarill, Dugong, Knights, Sandslash was everywhere. So I want to start with toxapex and dunsparce core. So ideally, having DRIFBLIM is not the best answer for the third in the back, but being weak to ground on toxapex, I just wanted an answer for ground, so that's why I put in a flyer. And DRIFBLIM is, I think, one of the best flyers in this meta. So that was the thought process. Let's look at the battles. Again, if you are sort of newer or don't know what these numbers to the right are, the beside the fast move, 2-turn, 3-turn shows you how long the turn duration is, and then the charge moves show you how many fast turns it takes to get there. So for Sledge Wave, it takes 10 to get to the first one, 9 to the second, 9 to the third, and then 8, 7, 7, and for Brian and so on. So that is it. So let's look at the battles. Look at that, Azumarill, Drapion. So I should have come into Dunsparce way quicker. I'll just have to eat this move and then get into Dunsparce. I have a drill run. I don't know why I did not get in there sooner, but it's okay. I can chip it enough that it is in drill run range, because I don't think a full drill run actually takes out a full health Drapion, so I think chipping is not the worst, but having them have this much energy is not great. So I wasn't counting, so shield up an Aqua Tail instead of a Crunch. Get to the drill run, which is enough to take them out after all that rock roll out and poison jab chip damage. So back here, I'm just going to throw as many drill runs as I can, knowing that toxapex is going to get back on this, and then we will just have to see what is in the back. Toxapex has some energy, so maybe I can chip whatever is coming in the back once I align back on Azumarill here. So just going to chip a bunch. They do throw. They don't want to take another drill run and just make it easy farm down range. So they do throw. Ice Beam takes me out. Toxapex, I expect them to leave. What is in the back? Gastrodon. So again, I don't really need this energy because it's not like Azumarill is going to hurt me. So that's why I threw it, because I don't care about that energy. But at the same time, this may be one in Water Pulse, because I saw one with Water Pulse today. Yeah, this is the one. I was like, oh, that's annoying. But outside of that, they're all running Body Slam, Earth Power, and all those moves are resisted on DRIFBLIM. So I'm not that concerned about it. I do end up shielding here just in case, because it's like, oh, if this is another one, I don't want to get taken out, and it's not like Toxapex is going to have to deal with worry about Azumarill. But Azumarill does have energy. The 50-second timer comes up on me, so they do take me out there, but now it's just full farm down with the poison jabs. I'll have to take a move, but it'll be resisted, so I don't really care too much, and then I'll come out with 2 brines for the Gastrodon to take that out. So probably what was a very easy matchup made much closer than it needs to be. I just need to be faster on the swap with Dunsparce there into the Drapion there. Otherwise, I had a good alignment the rest of the time there. Okay, more Peko. So the first move is electric. The second one is dark. So I'd rather, even though it boosts their attack, I would rather just shield the electric one and take a boosted dark one, because I feel like a boosted dark is going to still do less than a super effective electric. So did that. I'll take this one, and it does not take me out, which is great, because now I can get to a move here. I am double weak to electric, Toxapex and DRIFBLIM as a flyer. Not a ton of these electro Pokemon running around, and it is a DRIFBLIM. Staying in here because Dunsparce is normal, which means it will resist Ghost. And they eventually get out into an Azumarill, so I'll just get out immediately. Try to do as much damage as I can. I do get to a Shadow Ball, which is pretty big. I just want to chip this as much as I can, knowing that Dunsparce is my win con, and they let go. So I can shield or not shield. It doesn't matter too much. I think at this point, I'm in a really good spot with Dunsparce. So the Azumarill is just going to try and bubble down. I do have an Icy Wind. It will not take out from this range, but lowering their attack is fine. And then I can get like another rollout or two here to come out with even more energy. Okay. The amount of times that happened today and in the past like day and a bit here, where So I'm coming in after being taken out here. I'm coming in, and we both have 3-turn moves here. So how it's supposed to work properly is I get one there, we each get one, and then I should get another one when they throw the charge move. But I don't, because the game screws me. So they come in, snipe me, which is fine. I do get that roll it through as I should. And now I have multiple rock slides, but they just nerf my attack by one. And they're shielding, and they're going to nerf it by a second here. So I'm like, okay, got to shield this. And as you're going to see, 2 times lowered means that these are nowhere close to taking out. I'm going to need another rock slide, but they just dumped 2 icy winds. And it takes, like, as you can see down there, 5, 4, 5, 4. So what are they on now? The 5th one, so they're going to need 5. And I'm just going to outpace. And take the rollout win here. Talonflame is a good lead. Not one that they like super need to leave right away because they can get to like a Braybird here and then throw and bail, but they decide to try and catch. Why did I come dunsparce into this instead of DRIFBLIM, which resists the poison? I think it was just like in the moment I saw poison, I was like, drill run time. Whereas opposed to actually thinking it through, like, oh, this is a poison and DRIFBLIM resists poison, so that would be probably better because Astonish is neutral. So I probably come in DRIFBLIM next time, but dunsparce is fine having drill run as well to hit super effective against this. But as you're going to see, the drill run non-stab doesn't even take this out. So I'm going to have to throw another one. So this matchup ends up being very close. I do take switch, which is nice, but I think DRIFBLIM would have had a way easier time against this. So probably come in DRIFBLIM next time. It is a Gastrodon, which is great because again we can align here this time, and they instant swap to Talonflame. I can live, but again this is probably going to hurt me the most here. And they do get a flame charge boost there. So now I still don't think a fly takes me out, and it's definitely not going to take me out if you don't throw the move because I can get to a brine. Won't take out. This is just how... Oh, it does take out. Okay, good. I was going to just crap on brine, but I guess it did take out there. And then Gastrodon. Yes, resisting the poison, but I do have some brines that I can throw here. Just a chip, and then I'm trying to get out, but at this point, maybe I'll stay to try and go throw another move. And they dump, and as long as they don't have some water pulses here, even if they do, it does not matter. Because they're going to need to throw multiple, and they're not going to get to multiple. And they don't have it. They have Earth Power, so... DRIFBLIM is a huge wall to Gastrodon. It's a nice wall to Clodsire if it's not running Stone Edge. So that's why I like DRIFBLIM, right? It's got a couple of those ground-type Pokemon that you can just really deal with. So that is why I think it's pretty strong in this meta. And then dunsparce is obviously one of the best take swaps, as you can see right here in a mirror match. Just such coverage with the moves, rollout buff, and bulk. And then toxapex is a great answer to Azumarill. And it does answer a lot of stuff, but the problem is a lot of stuff is not out right now, right? The amount of fairies that are out right now, except for Azumarill, fairies are like not out at all because everyone's so weird about with all the poisons that got buffed, and then like very few fire because of all the ground that got buffed, and then there's a ton of ground that's out there. So toxapex, although I think is strong, there's just not. It's got a lot of things going against it in the current state of the meta, unfortunately. So, yeah. Do manage to fight for switch here and keep switch. So 1 HP, keep switch, and out comes a Clodsire. So get the DRIFBLIM in, and then again, is this an absolute wall, or am I going to get hit with a super effective Stone Edge? This is just sort of roll the dice. Earthquake is a guaranteed move. The second move is up for debate. The second move hits, and it is a Stone Edge, so that's super effective. And they catch because I do the absolutely rookie mistake of throwing one and then the charge move, which I say never do. I feel like when I review battles, you'll probably get more out of my teams with mine as opposed to when I showcase others. But you'll probably get more analysis of gameplay properly from others than I do myself, because I make a lot of mistakes, like a lot of mistakes in fast move timing and stuff like that. Just don't like how I play. I usually call myself out for it. Sometimes I just kind of look over it, but yeah. Okay, good lead here. Actually, it's kind of a neutral lead, but it's like I'm glad DRIFBLIM's not seeing this. So I will just stay in here, throw the sludge wave. There's no point of throwing the sludge wave. Oh, stay tuned to the end because someone gave me a suggestion and I tried to do it and I don't like how it looks. But for the charge move and the typing and everything, they said just take like little screenshots, like clips from PV Poke, so you can just like plug them in. So I tried to do it, but I don't like how they like line up with each other. I'll give you an example after this at the ending. So if you want to stay till the ending to let me know how it looks, that would be appreciated. So they get a Dark Pulse off, not enough to take me out. Get a Brine off, not enough to take them out, and they give up Switch. So I'm coming in with my dunsparce because normal typing double resists the Shadow Claw, so it's a great answer for Alligator. I mean, these Hydros still friggin' hurt, so there's not a ton you can do there, but being able to resist the claws at least gives you a little bit more play against this. But unfortunately, this thing spams like freaking crazy. So yeah, out comes the second Hydro. I'm gonna have to shield, throw here, grab the second shield, or probably take this out. If not, take it out, put it within like a couple HP. Yeah, so a couple HP. Maybe they're getting to another move, and I figured they would get to another move, so I caught on the toxapex. And at this point, I will come in even though they have the Shadow Claw. There's only one left, so let's get a little bit of a head on energy, and they are out after that catch. Clodsire, not a great lead, so I have to go Dunsparce. So instant swap Dunsparce. They are a little slow. Honestly, you almost hope that you get a drill run off, doing super effective and burning the clock, but they get a sludge bomb off and then they get into a mirror match. So they just basically probably secured switch here because that sludge bomb does more than the drill run did, and I was just at a drill run, so they're basically going to get to the drill run almost at the exact same pace, maybe just one behind here. Now, one's not going to take out, so they're going to have to throw a second. One from here probably won't take out, but it's going to put them in range. And the reason I'm shielding here is because I think that now, if you look at the charge moves, this is my third. So I'm on the 3 the next time, and they're getting to their third, so they're on the 4 this time. So I think I can outpace here, which is exactly what happened. So the 4-3, 4-3 coming in play there. So I grab both shields and on a CMP. So that is great, even though I have a 0 attack Dunsparce, but okay. So just going to come back in here, get ahead on energy. Obviously, DRIFBLIM Ghost is resisted, and rollout is super effective. So just coming in here, just going to take the moves, have a shield advantage. We're going to instant swap. We are going to chip with Brine. That makes sense from my perspective. Let's do some good chip here and then go in here where we can easily take out the rest. It is for Alligator. Shadow Claws will add up. The Hydro, I have to shield. I cannot really overfarm here because I don't want to give them extra energy. And then it's going to come down to whether they have Stone Edge or... Oh, that's a great pause on my face. Okay. The camera froze. So they have Stone Edge. I'm out of here. If they have Sludge Bomb, I'm okay. And it is just a Sludge Bomb. I make a mistake here. I get to a Shadow Ball. I thought super effective Icy Wind will take out, but it doesn't even take out from this range. But a Shadow Ball would 100% take out from this range. So I should have just thrown the Shadow Ball. The damage per energy is so much better. Even with super effective, the damage per energy on Shadow Ball is so good. So they had a grass lead, which is good for me. Out comes Licky Licky. Again, I don't have an amazing answer to this. So I'm going to just try and chip here and then get into my Dunsparce. So I don't have to like sacrifice this, like come into a matchup which is like evenish. Yes, I have a ton of energy, but those Poison Jabs and Sludge Waves really chip. So the problem with Toxapex, as you can see just with the numbers, well, you know what? Yeah, because you always have to get to Sledge Wave because Brine's just not a great move. So you have only 12 turns worth to get to the Rock Slide and Drill Run, 15 to get to the Icy Wind on DRIFBLIM, 18 to get to the Shadow Ball, and then it's 16 on Brine and 20 on Sludge Wave. I know Poison Jab is a harder hitting move. Is it a harder hitting move than Rollout and Astonish at this point? I don't actually know. In terms of damage per energy? In terms of just damage that is outputting? Let me check. Moves, fast moves. What we have? We have Astonish, we have Rollout, and we have Poison Jab. Damage per turn. No, Astonish is better damage per turn. 4 damage per turn on Astonish, 3.5 on Poison Jab, and only 2.66 on Rollout. But the energy is actually the fastest on Poison Jab. So these just like such Brine and they're such long moves, even though that has the better energy per turn compared to these other 3. Oh no, wait, 4.33 on Rollout. Yeah, that makes way more sense. I don't know why I read that as 3.33. 4.33 energy. Yeah, Rollout's a super fast. What am I talking about? Rollout is a super fast energy generating move here. Okay, where are we here? I don't know. Let's figure it out on the next battle. We have a few more minutes of battles. My freaking computer seems to be lagging just as much as the game has been for the last day or two. Not surprising during Go Battle Day, it is lagging a ton. Tons of like the amount of like even energy moves against each other that I'm like behind one is insane. So Ariados, I feel like I have 2 better answers in the back, so I wouldn't be surprised if I like just take a move and then go, or try and chip here and then go, or try and catch on the DRIFBLIM. I got a few options here. I feel like I may try and catch 1 and catch here, or 2 and catch, or 3 and catch. I feel like I caught it. I remember catching it, but I guess I caught it on the 3. There's suggested times when I think people can catch, but there's no like hard answers of when they do catch. Live with 1 HP to get the Icy Wind off. Man, my eyes are... Okay, first of all, my camera's lagging like crazy. My voice seems to be like way off to the mouthing for some reason. And then I feel like my eyes are like half closed with this because like I'm so tired. Anyways, just come in, roll out. They're going to get a couple Icy Winds off. That's fine. I'll probably reset after this. So 2 times lowered. So I would not be surprised if I reset right away. Yeah, and there we go. And the Ariados comes back in, which is fine. They let it go. I've got 2 shields, and I feel like dunsparce with 2 shields against a toxapex should be a good situation. So I just let all those moves go. The toxapex comes in, so let's just try and sludge wave this and chip this as much as I can. Maybe get into 1 drill run range. And yeah, and then I should be able to take this matchup, and then there's 1 more. So I am at, what am I at? 26. As of 1 p.m. on Saturday, I'm at 26 something. So up with this team. Probably going to play a decent amount this Go Battle weekend. And then showcase. I've got 1 Ultra League team that someone submitted that I'm going to showcase tomorrow. And then this team in the afternoon. And then we've got maybe a viewer submitted. I know one of my members submitted that I will check that out. And then we'll go from there. I think because it's all 3 this week, it is Open Great League next week with something. With Master Premier. Okay. So Master Premier and Great League next week. I assume 95% of you will play Great League. Some may play Master Premier. You know, it is very XL still, but it's XLs that should be more accessible. I know there's a minute left, and I've already lost the matchups, like where we are. They came in with dunsparce, and then I swapped after a chip. That makes sense. But then there's only 4 weeks left. Okay, so while this last battle plays out, 20 minutes in. So, this seems fine. I had to shift the battles over a little bit. My screen, my visual is maybe a bit smaller. And it works because the Icy Wind is a small turn and the 5-4-5-4 is single turn. So as long as it's not like a double move there, like the sludge wave, as you can see, it's pretty close there. Then I maybe have to shift the battles over a little bit. But I like this setup. Someone said, why don't you screenshot like the PV Poke thing since it has everything? So I did that, and the problem is it doesn't show up great on this, and it's very bulky when you put them all together. So for example, here is a drill run. So even if I extend it, this is what the drill run would look like. And then I would need to throw on the rock slide. I didn't cut the other one, but just to give you an example of what two would look like together. So I'd have to extend it like this. So maybe if I cut them a bit better, but there seem to be like different lengths, right? Because some words are longer than others. Some damage is going to be longer than others. I think this is just a cut that's not great on my end. So the pro of this is it has everything. It's got the names, it's got the damage, it's got the energy, it's got the damage per energy, and it's got the fast move counts. So it's got everything. It just looks clunky and not great. And if I make it smaller to make it like less clunky, I think that's probably too small. Like this would actually look better visually, but now I worry that you can't read that. So I don't know how valuable that would be then, like that. So I think for now we'll just keep the visuals like this, because I think it's in a good spot here. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. This does take a little extra time to do. It's not a significant amount of time, but it's like, oh yeah, because I've got to, the good news is I know every fast move turn duration. You want to know how much I don't know counts? I had to look up every single one of these counts, even the rock slide and draw one, which should be very obvious, but I don't know. I do not know how many fast move counts. So this is again for learning, which is going to help me too, because I need to learn. But it involves me looking up every single one of these on PV Poke before I do that, which is annoying, but I think it's going to be helpful in the long run. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.